pull out our Comboschini, our prayer rope, and head out on the actual morning prayer walk. So I'll get my quiet voice on, try to catch some of these birds on the way out of the yard here. See some mourning doves now. So head out the east gate here. Beautiful morning. Sun shining, nice brisk air. Now head down into the forest here, Pennsylvania woodlands. And I always start my prayers. So here we go, heading into the path here. But I'll say, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, remember my love. And so while I'm giving you some virtual tour, I'll be doing that with my prayer rope. I'm gonna quiet up here. Sometimes when I come around here, there'll be some deer or turkey down in the valley here. So Mikhail and I got a series of trails. Somewhere in these woods, there's usually about 5 to 8 deer. And here's a little tree stand Mikhail and I are building. Have plans to put a roof on it and such. We use it as a little lookout here. Gives you a nice view of the valley. Facing, going south is the valley, going north is the hill. So, well, tree stand. Even though it's around all these trees, we never actually nail into the trees. So we actually just go around them, try to integrate the trees into the system, but not nail into them. So see, it's just going around it, giving it a little bit of space, hopefully in some cases. But we use our own supports. Where we found some dead timber. That's something we found on the ground, piece of hardwood. And we're going to use that as our center post all the way up. And attach our joist to it and our roof also. You can see from the days when I was filming the exercise videos all through this valley, it's gotten quite green since then. All the rain and sun that we've been having, it's been great. So what's great about this is all these old trees falling over the steep ravine. I kind of like that. It's a little bit wet with the rubber boots, but let me try to get across. First log there. Okay. And you may remember this from the dips and the so here's a look at where I was doing all the dips and different things. That's a pretty cool ravine. Did a lot of exercises in this spot. Good spot. Yeah, probably too noisy to get you any footage of deer or turkey. I'm gonna have to get a GoPro and just silently walk through saying my prayers. Let you guys catch some real footage, not just me talking all the time. So you see, you wear in the trail as you go. Over time it becomes fitted. Check out these ferns right here. Yeah, one thing I love about this, and my daughter shares this sentiment, is all the moss and all the ferns in this forest. It's very lush. This stream and all these springs feeding the stream down to the pond. Very lush woods forest here. Well, I might as well point out something here. You want to talk about the resiliency of life. See, here you have a tree that had fallen across a ravine and died, and then up and grew again. And eventually died once more, but that's pretty cool. My son even noticed that on his own. I'd noticed it, and then some weeks later my son pointed it out to me. I was super excited and proud that he noticed that. So another cool thing about the woods is all these root formations. You see some pretty cool, it's probably pretty hard to catch them on the video here, but you know, you get some really cool root formations throughout the woods. The trees got heavy and fell over in the wind. Alright, so after I've gone around a complete loop, you know, that whole time I was videoing and just walking and talking, but at the same time silently in my heart and inside of myself, and I'm saying the prayer, you know, that was, Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, remember my love for my wife. And now I'll start with my oldest son. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, remember Malachi, you know, my oldest son. And I'll start saying those prayers now. You may remember this from when I was showing the squats. It's a really cool squat rack, and that was found for our use in the exercise forest next to the small little waterfall there. It's pretty cool. Good look up the ravine there, and back down, and then you head up from this and you start entering where Mikkel decided to set up a cool little camp. Remember from the icon that had the raindrop right under Jesus' eye on the icon in this camp, that early on in my videos of exercise forest, early on in the exercise forest videos, you remember this camp that Mikkel, my youngest, was setting up. It's expanded quite nicely during the lockdown. He and a couple of my nieces have really enjoyed this, so I'm happy for them. Nice little camp, and this really was all my son. So some of my friends saw me talking about this. They're like, "Oh, you used to do that stuff when you were a kid too." So it's nice to see some of the hopefully good characteristics carrying on. Hopefully he doesn't get any of my bad characteristics. Try to hide those from him until he's old enough to understand and discuss it with him. But for now, just be proud of him. Help teach him. So here we have another little tree stand Mikhail and I built. You know, it was fun, you know, just messing around. We used a chainsaw in the woods. Now, of course, I do all the chainsawing. He's still a little young for that, at 13. But he does the designs. And again, we did not nail into the trees here. If you remember from the upper tree house, higher on the hill there, we don't nail into the actual tree. We let those hopefully grow freely, and we kind of just go around it and just take scraps from other projects that we've done on the houses. I save all my scraps, and that's how we do it. You know, the beautiful thing about wood is you can just add and keep, especially in the woods. That's what's nice about rough. You know, like look, and this is even just other trees. This is just dead trees that we find, and I was showing them that we don't just need, this was a, you know, not a scrap, but a leftover 6x6 when Solomon Chisco and I added a porch swing up at my house. So we put some posts in. This was an extra piece. So Mikhail used that. He carried that all the way down here. That's how this all started, and I had some compassion on him for doing that. And then I showed him that we can just find our own 4x4s and 6x6s. Find old hardwood that's been fallen, cut it to the size you need. We even did concrete. We went down a couple feet, had them dig it out. We did a concrete job. We brought down the concrete, some water jugs, mixing, put it in. His first concrete job. All these tires he found in these woods. These old woods, these were farms. You know, this was all farmland. These trees are all young. You know, these trees are all less than 50 years old. This used to be a farm. So he finds all these tires, you know, in the mounds and in the edges of the woods and stuff, and he digs them up. And so we don't know what we're going to do with them yet, but better than them rotting away in the ground there for now. Anyhow, little campfire, some chairs set up. Remember the icon. That's also what it all started. He carried that 6x6 down there and this icon, and the rest was history. So